It's going to be animals. I had a little request to bring back an old favourite, which I'm hoping to do at the end, and I'm going to start off with a deeply philosophical piece called Ron the Badger. Badgers are not built for speed. It's not something they really need. They can dig without doubt. They're strong with claw and snout. They can party. They can shout. That's for running. Count them out. All but one. His name is Ron. He never seemed to get along with slowly trundling on and on. He wasn't like those idling types upon his face. Go faster stripes. Ron was born last in the litter, on tiny legs and skid and skitter. From when he was a tiny cub, he'd have to run to just keep up. He liked the wind upon his face. He liked the speed. He liked the chase. His parents told him, "Slow down, Ron. That's not the way to carry on. Badger isn't built for speed. We take our time. We dig. We feed. We're ruminatory. We take things steady. We like warm sets and watching telly." I have to be very careful about the way I pronounce that line. Especially when I'm reading it to my children. But not young Ron, whose little eyes were fixed on a far greater prize, the AAFC 100 metres, Athletic Association for Furry Creatures. And so, whenever Ronnie could, he'd go out training in the wood. As he came flying out the hole, the others laughed. "It's Usain Bolt." I hope I haven't lost that page. Oh dear.
Do it back.
Hey?
Back.
No, I don't know. Usain Bolt, Fox's tail. He smiled, he took me, that's the wrong one. I knew we shouldn't have gone for that meal, kids, because I rushed in and lost the end of Ron the Badger. Fucking disaster. Well, Ginny, I'm actually doing this just to make you feel better. But, there you go. Here we go. Is that it?
Improvise.
I found it. So stop that ad-libbing. No, stop that running, Ron, said Mum. You walk. Don't run, Ron. Ron, don't run. Even Dad was not impressed and explained, his voice a little stressed. You may trundle, you may jog. But stop that running. You're not a dog. In spite of all his parents' pleas, he found a way to pay his fees and was as proud as he could be the day he joined the AAFC. A year of training around the track of sore muscles and sore back in preparation for the day when he might hold his head and say, "I am a badger. Yes, it's true, but I don't do what badgers do." He was a badger on a mission to do away with tunnel vision, to change the times and change the pace. A new generations in the face. It's a badger looking at you. No to holes and no to digging. This was it, a new beginning. This is really tragic. This is a good lesson in how not to prepare for an event, isn't it? There we go, it's over there, it's all right. Come to find that he was ready. His fur was combed, his eyes were steady. Ron stepped up and took his place, a steely look upon his face. With the others on the line, the hare, the fox, the porcupine. And as he waited the starting gun, Ron remembered Dad and Mum, who all his life said, "Ron, don't run." But then this feeling in his tongue took him up and off he spun. His feet, they turned at such a pace, he felt the wind upon his face. Fox and hare were just amazed, and porcupine was, well, just dazed. The badger left them all behind. They barely started when he crossed the line. The crowd went domestic. Why? I'll read that line again. He crossed the line. The crowd went domestic. Don't they teach you anything? And amongst all the animals who'd come, Ron went and found his dad and Mum. They were singing in the crowd. He never knew Mum could be so loud. The badgers united in one song. You do run, run, run. You do run, run. Okay, see if I can get that one sorted for you. A ladybird called John. I might just throw that in there quickly, just a ladybird called John, because it's short and sweet. I know a ladybird called John who said, I think my name's wrong. I'm not a lady, not a bird. In fact, I think my name's absurd. I'm not soft and I'm not cute, just because I wear a suit. I'm a mean and deadly killer. I eat aphids for my dinner. See them tremble, see them flee when I land upon their tree. I'm the terror of the skies. I'm the spots before their eyes. If I were big and you were small, you don't call me lady at all. You call me Zorg, or Thor, or the devil in red. If you were an aphid, you'd be dead. It's called The Fox's Tale. I'm doing a little bit of a project actually with a lovely illustration student called Lizzie. And she's been doing some little drawings for some of the poems, and it was very interesting, this kind of exchange of me writing and her doing little drawings, and bringing the drawings in, having a little chat. And her drawings inspired this little poem. It's called The Fox's Tale. It's not a poem, it's something else really. The Fox's Tale. A tale is what you find at the end. So, let's start at the beginning. Fox drew the curtains. Then he robbed a man. He woke the family and watched the sunrise. Then he watched his daughter rise. He looked into his daughter's eyes and took a decision. And then he put it back. He brushed his teeth, he brushed his hair, he brushed past his sun and air into the sunshine. He dropped his brush and turned over a new leaf. Then he flipped over an old leaf. Then he jumped to a conclusion. Then he drew a blank. He blanked it, then he took the blanket and went back to bed. By now the sun was up and so was the daughter. The daughter was sewing. So what? So I just thought you might be interested. Lost my train of thought, said Fox. You can find a train of thoughts at the station, said his daughter. He couldn't stand the strain, so he went to the station and took the first train into town. He went to the stationery shop, but it had moved. He had to follow his nose. He had a good nose, but he had to hurry. He was running. He soon pulled up and he smelled a rat. Then he smelled a gnat. Then he just smelled. It was terrible. None of it made any sense. He went into the stationery shop, which was a spelling mistake. It was a spelling mistake. He needed a pee. Luckily, they had a loo. He was on a roll. He bought a couple of pens. Then he felt penned in. He blamed it on the illustrator. He blamed it on the writer. He blamed it on the boogie. He needed to think on his feet, not ink on his feet. Where did it all begin? It began at dawn, but the day was now drawing to a close. He scratched his head and paused. He paused a bit longer. He placed his paws on his head. He looked in the mirror and reflected. Worry etched on his face. It was time to go home. He took the tracing paper and retraced his steps. There was something he'd forgotten, something he had left behind. He got to the garden gate. He felt unhinged. He was close. It was on the tip of his tongue. No, it was on the tip of his... It's ever so easy to misplace a brush. There, on the ground where he left it, he found it. He swept down the garden path, picked up the brush and stuck it back on. Everything was beginning to make sense. Fox no longer felt hounded. He smiled. He picked some human gloves from the garden, went inside and kissed Mrs. Fox. Yeah, human gloves? Fox. No. Went inside and kissed Mrs. Fox. Then he kissed his daughter. Where's my son? He asked. He's at Cubs, said Mrs. Fox. His wife brought him a cup of tea. Then she brought him a cup of R, then a cup of S. It brought tears to his eyes, and one more tea to his throat. He looked out the window and saw Den, his son, running across the lawn. Den came in suddenly. Fox patted his son on the head. Time for bed. To bed, to bend, to bend, to bend, to bend, he said. Can't be there, said Ben. Said Den. So Fox went upstairs with his son and told him a story. The story was called The Fox's Tale. But a tale is what you find at the end. So let's begin at the beginning. Fox drew the curtains. Then he robbed a man. He woke the family and watched the sunrise. Thank you.